As a former minister with responsibility for youth development, I am always prepared to discuss matters of national importance, particularly those pertaining to youth development within our country. The future of our nation rests in the hands of our young people. Therefore, it is crucial that they are adequately provided with the necessary resources, opportunities, and support to thrive. We have observed that for the past year, there has been a lack of new initiatives from the Ministry of Youth to support our young people. And while we have seen that some of the existing programs have been continued, we are totally dissatisfied with the minimal efforts made to fully realize the benefits of these programs. Let's look at the New Imani program, for example. It was announced that this program will be moving to the National Training Agency, NT. Since then, trainees are feeling discouraged due to the uncertainty about the status and about the benefits the program will provide to them. During our time in office, trainees receive several benefits under the Imani program, including educational enhancement through institutions like TAMCC, NULO, SGU, and other universities. They also receive CVQ attainment at various levels and on-the-job training with great prospects for permanent employment. Another important program is that of the Empower program, designed to empower our young men. Upon graduation, our administration provided the necessary tools and equipment, along with support from our youth biz department, so that they can establish their own small businesses. However, today, this current administration only graduated them from the program without offering any type of support to help them progress further. Furthermore, it appears that the Youth Entrepreneurship Program, YouthBiz, no longer exists, resulting in a lack of support for our young entrepreneurs through this program. Project Fly, fostering level-headed youth, another important program that targeted and empowered young people at the community level, no longer exists. And while we commended this government for the Creative Industries Conference, this was only a 3-day event. We heard the announcement of concessions for our young creatives many months ago. However, to date, this has not been implemented. Therefore, because of government's failure to effectively deliver on these programs or to introduce any new program to our young people, they are now marginalized. Moreover, the promises made to our young people during the election campaign, including that of making all Imanis within the public service permanent in the first 12 months of being in office, has proven to be nothing more than empty words. They placed their trust and confidence in this government, believing that their concerns and aspirations will be addressed. Regrettably, these promises have remained unfulfilled, leading to a deep sense of disillusionment. Therefore, to restore the trust of the young people, we must hold this government accountable for their commitments, ensuring that they follow through with the pledges made to our young people. Furthermore, we have seen a great increase in youth unemployment. It is alarming and demands immediate attention. Young people are being sent home from their jobs, often without adequate notice or support. This does not only hamper their economic prospects, but it also impacts their overall well-being and sense of purpose. We must prioritize job creation initiatives, tailoring to the needs and aspirations of our youth. These should include vocational training programs, entrepreneurship support, and access to mentorship opportunities. When we equip our young citizens with the necessary skills and resources, we are empowering them to become valuable contributors to our economy. Compounding these challenges was the reduction in the budgetary support for youth development. Government's decision to cut funding for youth initiatives reflects a lack of commitment towards nurturing the potential of our young generation. It sends a disheartening message that their needs and aspirations are not their priority. We therefore advocate for the restoration and the increase in the budgetary allocation for youth development and ensure that funding is prioritized to create programs that will empower our young citizens, promote education, skills training, and address youth unemployment. In addition to these pressing issues, we have seen the rise in crime among our young people. Recently in St. Patrick. Of course, we empathize with the families. However, this rise in crime is deeply concerning. My colleague just explained. However, the termination of the only clinical psychologist on the island further exacerbates this problem. We must recognize that addressing crime requires a comprehensive approach that includes mental health support and intervention programs tailoring to the specific needs of our young people. It is therefore crucial that government reinstates the position of a clinical psychologist and bolster our mental health infrastructure, providing accessible and effective counseling services to our young population. If we fail to create enabling environments and opportunities for our youth, how can we call on them to seek and find opportunities to empower themselves? We need a government that goes beyond empty rhetoric and takes concrete actions to foster an ecosystem of innovation, entrepreneurship, and investment. As I conclude, I urge the government to take immediate actions to address these pressing concerns. And therefore, I recommend the following. 1, establish and enhance youth engagement programs and projects that provides a platform for young people to be empowered so they can make their contribution to national development. 2, fulfill the promises made to them during the election campaign by implementing tangible initiatives such as vocational training programs, entrepreneurship support, and employment opportunities. 3, allocate a sufficient budget for youth development and ensure that funding is highly prioritized as a travel budget. And finally, involve various stakeholders such as the social partners, the church community, community influencers and leaders to assist in curbing youth violence and crimes